Hi everyone, the video that you and I are about to look at is just another example of an American woman who just cannot accept the fact that men actually do enjoy grabbing their passports, leaving the US so they can finally meet a beautiful traditional woman that they can hopefully create a family with. No, instead of looking in the mirror and trying to self-reflect and trying to figure out what are these women outside of the US doing differently than we in America do, they are looking for excuses, of course. They are trying to blame someone else for their current situation, and they just don't want to accept and don't want to see that men, average American, especially black men, are leaving the country and they are acknowledged, appreciated, respected, and desired by women from other countries. All right, let's get right into it. I did enough talking.
I don't like to get in the whole black men, black women beef, but this passport bro thing really got me like, are y'all serious?
Quick interruption right here. Of course these men are serious. Why would they want to stick around in an environment or in a country where women obviously don't want them anyway? So what's the issue? Please explain.
Let me just say this. As a black woman who has experienced a lot with black men, who will always, strive to be with a black man, we do not care if y'all go out of the country to find y'all a wife who is traditional.
I don't think that she's being quite honest here, because if these ladies really wouldn't care about what men are doing outside of the country, why they are even their passport to leave the US, there would not be so many videos on the internet where you actually have American women talking trash about women from other country, calling them names and judging them, and they wouldn't judge men or shame men, insult men for actually trying to do better for themselves. So what's the problem? Just admit that you are mad and we will all be cool. We are even willing to teach you ladies how to do it better. But first of all, you have to let go of your ego. First step. Instead of acting all emotional, these ladies could really sit down and just think about, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong that other women are doing right? But that is one of the issues right here. These women don't think that they are doing anything that's wrong. They are always right. They don't have no flaws. They don't have no, errors that they need to correct, because it's always everybody else's fault. And how is a relationship supposed to start and even build and get stronger if one party is always like, no, I didn't do it wrong, that was you. Everything is your fault. It's already programmed to fail. I mean, honestly, why would one woman be mad at another woman being in a happy relationship? We are just not built the same. A lot of women from outside of the US will treat their men with dignity, respect, and love. We don't put ourselves first in a relationship. A relationship consists of two people, not just one. So it cannot be everything about you. We actually care about our men, our men's well-being. It's actually going so far that our men's well-being becomes our well-being, where we do things just selflessly. But you know why women are really getting mad at the fact that there are so many Americans leaving the US? Because that contributes to less men being available in America who are willing to take the madness that some American women just deliver on a daily basis. They don't have to deal with that, and they have discovered that. And not only that, they can actually create and build a nice family with a beautiful woman who is willing to follow their lead, even if he doesn't make any six figures. Women are feminine by nature. It is not based on anybody's income. That's another crazy, ridiculous, theory to live by. And also, the bigger the passport movement gets, the bigger the hate against foreign women grows as well. But she's about to explain the root cause of the destroyed mindset and even worse actions of some American ladies. Let's listen closely.
Okay, my grandmother, my mama, my aunties, they literally raised me to not be a traditional woman. They hated it, okay? They all wish they would have had careers. They all wish they would have been able to go get an education like I've been afforded the opportunity to go and do. And so y'all mad at us because the same mamas and aunties and grandmas that raised y'all told us not to settle and not to accept the bare minimum of what y'all offering.
There you have it. She said it herself. The brainwashing, it all begins at home throughout different generations. She mentioned her grandmother. She mentioned her auntie. She mentioned her mother. I assume that they were not traditional women in the first place. They were probably just married and just unhappy with whoever they were married with, because they probably never gave them enough. But if a woman is really living up to her full nature, I am not talking about the crazy madness that the Western world is telling women to do. I'm talking about a woman in her true nature. She would enjoy her role being at home, taking care of the home. I also believe that her mom, her aunties, and her grandmother also believed in what the Western culture was telling these women. You know, women who submit to their men are oppressed, suppressed. They don't have nothing going on for themselves. They are victims in a relationship, which is complete false. One thing has nothing to do with the other, but that's the whole misunderstanding here. Women react allergic to the term submitting to a man. And this is another reason why it's so important for a traditional man to be in the household constantly, because while you have women just reacting emotionally to a situation, telling themselves and the younger generation not to obey to a man, not to submit to a man will sit you down, calm you down, and just remind you on what's important in a relationship. It happened over and over again, even in my family. That's a fact. Women are way too emotional and men are more objective. This is what a lot of westernized women don't understand. You can be educated, you can have your career, you can make a lot of money, but that doesn't mean that you have to come home and not respect your man. That doesn't mean that you have to look down to your man, even if you are a woman who makes more money than your man. That doesn't matter. Okay, and your career, sweetheart, just a reminder, a man doesn't care about that. A man is not looking for a woman who is in a management position. A man is looking for a woman who is feminine. Very, very simple. So you don't have to throw around with your title. You don't have to, throw around your certificates that you have. A man is not impressed by it. A man would be a lot more impressed if you are, not dressing revealing, if you are soft-spoken, if you actually listen to a man. I could just go on and on. The list is never ending. But y'all just don't understand. Besides, do you honestly believe that women from other countries, including myself, are just deaf, dumb, and blind and we just exist? No, we are highly educated and the most of us speak up to 3 different languages before we turn 17. My advice to women who really don't like the passport bro movement, if you don't like your results, change your behavior. But before you can change your behavior, you have to change your mindset. That was advice number 2. First one was let go of your ego. Second one was change your mindset. So it really doesn't matter how much you want to shame men for becoming passport bros or talking down on women from different countries, you're still going to be single. And see, on top of all of that, your behavior is not making you more desirable. If it does anything, the louder you scream, the more men are going to run away from you. See, ladies, none of you is better than me and I am not better than you. It's just that women from outside of the US, they do things a little differently when it comes to treating their man a certain way. So a woman really should never hate on something another woman has, because at the end of the day, we can all learn from each other, because our goal should be learning from each other for one and trying to do better for 2. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for staying tuned and watching my content. Leave a comment, leave a like. I absolutely adore everything that you do on here, especially communicating with you guys, and stay tuned for more videos.